2 microphones,
2 Amandas,
and some seriously entertaining tales. I'm Amanda Wedekamp.
and I'm Amanda Stanzione.
We know stories connect us all.
And we realized we have a mountain of stories to share. So buckle up,
And brace yourself for a wild ride.
because we've got a lot to say and probably too much to share.
Amanda, I think for our listeners, they would love to hear, what is your pre-recording meal?
You know, it's funny because you see me when I come over here to record that I am always eating McDonald's. And this morning I thought, oh my gosh, I haven't had McDonald's in such a long time. And I'm like, yay, I get it today. And I do think it's funny when we first started recording early on and I came in like the second time with McDonald's and I'm like, okay, here's the thing. On the days that we record, I allow myself to have McDonald's. And and I don't skimp. I'm not like, oh, let's get a McDonald's and still. No, I'm like, let's have chicken nuggets. I would like a ginormous French fry. I want the barbecue. I want the ketchup. So yeah, I don't eat fast food. But boy, I love a good McDonald's every now and then.
Oh, yeah. I love it. And I thought of you today because I actually stopped and got Chick-fil-A.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I will eat Chick-fil-A. But to me, I almost feel like that's not fast. I mean,
It's
it is fast food.
It's a little fancier.
It's a bougier fast food.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, oh, Amanda's getting her McDonald's.
I know.
And I'm not a huge McDonald's fan, but I do like their sausage egg McMuffin.
Yes, you mentioned that before.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get that. I have
it's
not.
So good.
Sausage egg McMuffin. I haven't had that, but I'm
Ever?
sure. No, never. I know. If you watch us on YouTube, that was a fun moment.
Oh
but,
my God.
I mean, never.
You've never
I
had
have no
that.
idea. I know.
Have you had McDonald's breakfast?
Yes, girl, we grew
What
up
do you
poor.
get?
Of course, I think I would eat sausage biscuit. I would eat sausage.
Okay.
That's what I always ate.
Not
sausage,
the McMuffin.
Not the McMuffin.
Mm.
But I would, because I'm like, wait a minute. Of course, sausage biscuit with strawberry jelly. That's what I would always eat.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a unique one.
Yeah, well, you kid in the trailer park, you're like, wow, this sounds great. Sounds great. But sausage egg McMuffin.
Yes.
Okay,
you gotta try it.
I will try that.
So good. So Amanda, when you're in school, especially high school, towards a break, there are some wasted days, right? As you're preparing for
like spring break.
Yes, spring break, that Friday or Thursday before.
Yes.
They feel like wasted days. You're watching movies.
Right. They're wheeling in the cart with the TV.
Yes.
I mean, nobody's doing it.
Exactly. And we just aged ourselves with wheeling in the cart with the TV, but it's okay. That was our experience.
I saw some meme recently and it was like, man, you knew your teacher was hungover when you saw that TV rolling on the cart. But anyway, okay, yeah, you're right. Definitely aged ourselves. Okay, but those days.
Those days are wasted.
Yes.
So as I became an emerging adult and started to own things that required work, like houses and cars and maybe some electronics, I always thought they should take those days and teach you some life skills.
Well, wouldn't that be great?
Like,
That's a good idea.
I thought one time, let's teach everyone how to install a toilet.
Okay, where are they gonna at school?
I mean,
school
has toilets.
They're just gonna be like, well, handyman Bob, can you come to the girls' bathroom, please?
Show us.
And show us how to do a toilet.
Or even if your toilet is leaking, what are some things, or, running. You know how a toilet runs?
Yes.
It's usually the flapper.
Yes.
That is not anything that, I grew up knowing.
I guess if you grew up knowing that because it just kind of was there because your dad or your mom did that stuff, then I can see that. But if you didn't grow up knowing that, then you're like, I don't know, this would be really great for me to know.
Right.
And I always feel, though, like in high school, there were accounting classes with debit and credit, but it's like, did anybody talk to you about, hey, when you go to open a checking account, you're going to get a debit card. And here's what that's like. There was no conversation about, actual checking and finance and stuff like that. So that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, they could teach us how to fix a toilet too.
I agree. No, I think any kind of life skill would be very helpful and wonderful.
Great point.
Yes. So my stories today are called Adulting is Hard.
Okay.
And I have 3 stories.
Okay.
One about Jim and I. one about Gus, our son, and one about Gwen, our daughter.
Oh, wow. It's a just whole family-filled episode.
Yes.
Okay, good.
So the first one starts out when Jim and I are married. We've been married maybe around 4 years. Gus is probably about 2 years old. So that would make us around 26 years old.
Okay.
Because again, we got married super young.
Yeah.
We were living in Appalachian, New York, which is a very small town.
Okay.
It looks like Appalachian. So when we were living there, it was very confusing to get the name right. But it's Appalachian.
Okay.
We had a house that was about 1,200 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
It was a raised ranch, which means you have that drive-under basement, right? You know what that is.
Yep.
Now, this is important because I'm going to ask you how much you think the house cost, okay? So it's 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath, on 1/3 of an acre in upstate New York, and we bought it in the year 2000.
Oh, 98.4.
Okay, you were really close. It was 80,000.
Okay, but that's so
cheap.
So cheap. I was just thinking this morning about the fact that we downsized and moved outside of the metro area, and still, way more expensive than anything that we ever paid for a house
growing up. Right? Yes. No, the housing prices, I think, all over have gotten insane. Now, I will say in upstate New York, because I looked this house up the other day. Yeah, it's still only worth maybe $187,000.
Oh wow!
So it has not. Their pricing does not increase as quickly. However, their taxes are so high, so that kind of that really doesn't help people.
Yeah. So they're great, low prices. Sounds
yes, low prices, high taxes, but you get a lot for your money with the taxes.
Okay,
they have a lot of great services. So
that is great.
Yeah.
So you guys ever think about moving back there?
Oh gosh, no.
Okay,
way too cold. Way too cold, yes. So we have this house, right? And we've lived in it for probably about 2 years. And I go downstairs where the laundry was, and I start to use the dryer. So I'm moving the clothes into the dryer, and then I start the dryer, and it doesn't start.
Okay.
And I'm just okay.
And you're at home, Jim's at work.
Right. Well, probably, but then, he comes home.
Yeah.
So I'm hey, Jim, the dryer's not working. And he's what do you want me to do? And I was maybe just at least go pretend.
Right.
Go try something. I don't know.
Just go look at it and say, well, it looks like the flux capacitor.
Yes, exactly. To me, at least pretend. And I did grow up with a dad who was handy. So this was something kind of not really new to me, but I didn't remember at this point having many instances where I'm Jim really is not handy.
Right. Okay. So you learned, that's right. I married a guy who's not so handy.
Yeah. Okay. As he likes to say, he has other skills.
Yes.
And I do appreciate that, but he is not handy. So I go down and look at it again, and I'm just I have no idea. So we call the plumbing, heating, and air because that's whoever you call. Plus, let me say, when we bought this house in the year 2000, they were new washer and dryers. So it's not like they were super old or anything.
Yeah.
So the repairman comes and literally just pushes the GFI button.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. On the wall by the outlet. Okay.
So the outlet had tripped somehow.
Yep.
And all he did is push it, and then he comes up and he's like, yeah, ma'am, so that was the problem, and it's $120. Great.
But now for the rest of your life, you're okay, now I know that's what you have to press if something happens.
And what's interesting is at the lake house, there is an outlet outside. It wasn't working. And then there was another outlet also not working, and I thought, let me go look for the thing. And I pushed it, and
Are you serious?
That was it.
See, you learned something, and you learned a new skill, and then you were able to just take that knowledge with you to your beautiful new lake house.
And I was so proud of myself. The next story involves our son, Gus. So this happened when he was a freshman in college. At that time, he lived on campus at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana. Mm-hmm. We were living in Chicago.
Okay. How far is that?
It is about 4 hours.
Driving?
Yes, driving 4 hours. Okay. He never really flew because they had a great bus system.
Oh.
A lot of these
Really?
kids from Chicago went to IU or went to different colleges in Indiana. So they would just charter these buses, and obviously you pay, but it was so great.
That's way better than driving back and forth and all alone. Or,
right. And he never even had a car in college because it's definitely a campus where most people live there and you can walk everywhere.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
All right,
so he's a freshman. It is spring break. He spent spring break with us, so it is now the Saturday where classes start on Monday.
Okay.
He's heading back to campus. He's on the bus, doing the thing. Bus drops him off at the stadium. He walks all the way to his dorm. Now, this is important. What can you imagine a college freshman doing on a megabus to entertain themselves the entire time, right?
I was going to say looking at your phone.
Yes.
Okay.
Playing on his phone the whole time.
Yeah.
And he didn't have like a charger or anything. So his phone is dying.
Yeah.
It's not dead, but it's on its way out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes it to his dorm, tries his key. Key doesn't work. Because there's a sign on the door that is like, yes, the dorms are closed until Sunday.
No way.
Yes.
And this is Saturday.
It is Saturday.
I'm surprised they let them take the buses back.
I know, but I think if you think about kids in apartments and stuff.
Yeah, you're like, all right, Saturday.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
And
guarantee there were probably some emails that went out alerting you to this. And maybe some notifications, but we missed those memos.
Yep, missed that.
He missed the memo. So he calls us in a panic.
Are you also kind of in a panic?
Not really, because I'm just thinking, okay, well, we're going to get you a hotel room.
Okay. And you're like, Mom can fix this.
Yes, exactly. Well, like, usually problems are solved. It just might not be your best way. But so Jim is on the phone making him a hotel room. He's like, well, how am I going to get there? I'm like, you have to take an Uber. He's like, I don't even have the Uber app. And I am low on battery.
Well, listen here, buddy.
Yes.
You need to ask somebody. I mean, I don't know. Go to a gas station. Ask for 5 minutes of a charge.
I'm like, find an outlet. Do something. Yes.
Because you got to download this app.
Right. You've got to download the app. You've got to put your credit card information in. Yes. So, turns out he downloads the app, and then he's just hoping that the phone's going to stay charged because, and this was probably the year 2018.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, Uber has changed some. I don't know if it's the same, but, you got to keep that app open.
Oh, 100%.
The car is coming.
Yes.
So, it all works out. He gets to the hotel, stays in the hotel, and I was asking him a couple weeks ago if I could tell this story. So, I do have his permission.
You do have his permission.
And he said, oh, yeah, and that was March Madness time. And I remember what game I watched in the hotel. And I'm just
oh my gosh. You're like, isn't it wild the things that we remember?
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, I remember that. And the exact game he watched.
Yes.
It's so funny to me because I've oftentimes, when you listen to like sports casters or people who played sports that are retired, they can say like, oh, man, do you remember that game where we were playing the Bengals in 1992? We were cold and it was blah, blah, blah. And you threw to X, Y, and Z and he scored with 4. I mean, they know all of this information.
Yes.
I'm like, how do you remember that, but maybe not where your keys are?
Right. Exactly.
I mean, I just love
it. It doesn't make sense to me.
I love that he knows what game he was watching.
Yep.
So great.
And that's also when I'm like, yeah, but you forgot to text me last week with whatever I needed. But okay, I got it, bud.
But sounds great.
Yeah. So that was that story where adulting is hard.
Yeah.
This last story feels like my most dramatic one, but probably because it just recently happened. I've also been holding on to this story for the podcast.
Okay, and I have not heard this yet.
You have not heard this. This is definitely a story that I would have shared in our larger group chat with the 4 of us because it's like, it was such a frustrating series of time that I'm just like, this is not getting fixed.
Right. Okay. Oh, do tell.
Yes, so I will set the stage.
Okay.
All summer, Gwen stayed at her college campus in Tennessee.
Okay.
So in July, she calls me because she has an event that she is going to, and she wants this special jacket mailed to her.
Okay.
So this jacket is something that she purchased in Brazil last year. Mm-hmm. It's a brand you can only find in Brazil, I believe, called Farm Rio.
Okay.
And her jacket has bananas all over it.
Okay, so she's just needs this.
Yes, she needs it for her event, and I was like, no problem. I'll be happy to mail that. So I get the jacket. The jacket still has tags on it, so I'm just like, I mean, you haven't worn it yet. I
But
really
you-
hope you do wear
Right,
it.
right.
Because I'm putting some effort in to get this to you. Okay?
I'm putting some effort in.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So I take it to the little postal annex that we have here in East Cobb. Now, let me describe this to the viewers because I think it's important to understand. This is a gift store that has a little postal window. It is a full post office, but they only take checks and cash.
Okay.
They also don't have the normal receipt that you would get, right? It's like a handwritten receipt almost.
Wow, this is...
Yeah, did you ever go?
No, I'm like, this sounds like Mayberry. What
I know,
it's happening out here?
It's really unique. And I do tell people about it, but part of me is like, I don't want everyone to know because it's kind of really convenient, you know?
Right.
They also only do those tracking stickers, like that they peel off and then they hand you the tracking number. You're not getting a receipt with your tracking information.
It's a little different, but convenient.
Yeah, very convenient, but you definitely have to make sure you have cash or check, which is unique, I think.
Yeah.
Because I don't always have that. Yeah. I mailed this package on July 23rd.
Okay.
I have the tracking information. I know her event's in about a week. So I am looking up the tracking information like 3 days later, right? Because it's going from Georgia to Tennessee.
Right. You're thinking
it's not going very far.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's heading that way. No problem. So fast forward about 4 more days. So we're about a week in.
Okay.
We now have 11 sites on the tracking.
Okay. So it has gone all over.
It's going all sorts of places. Okay. And she needed something else. And at this point, I'm like, I don't trust the USPS.
Right.
I am going to UPS this next thing.
Yes.
So I UPS the next thing. And I tell her, like, UPS should be there in 3 days. It arrives, no problem. I'm like, has the jacket arrived? And she's like, no, not yet. I'm like, okay. So we are just continuing. This is a daily stress for me. Because I'm checking the tracking. Right. And it's literally going from Marietta to the Atlanta Distribution Center.
Yes.
On to the next facility, which it doesn't say where it is. Then it's going to Nashville. Then it's like back to Atlanta. Then,
what?
Yes. Then it's like back to Marietta.
No.
Yes. So at this point, I'm thinking...
They're going to just send it back to you.
I'm hoping they just mail it back to me. Because either I wrote the address wrong or... it wasn't legible.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to figure out where did I go wrong.
Right.
And even though I'm like, I wrote it right on UPS.
Right.
This USPS is not working.
Right. And it's not you because you already got something there with UPS. And you obviously knew where you were going.
So I'm just trying to figure out, like, did the address smear? Like, I have no idea the problem. August 5th, there are 24 tracking sites.
Has her event already gone by?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I mean,
the event has passed.
Right. Now it's just, are we going to get this jacket back?
Now I'm just like, can we please get the jacket
Is
back?
it just going back and forth? Like Atlanta, Tennessee? Or
it's basically, it was like, Atlanta, Tennessee, Atlanta, Marietta, Atlanta, Tennessee, and I mean,
it's just in circles.
Yes, it is literally just spinning.
But it's
through
not
the
even
system.
like it's lost because it's getting
It keeps
scanned
going
in
somewhere else.
Right,
Yes.
so you're tracking that it's there.
Yes.
Oh, that's such a weird.
So August 5th, it basically had ended in Kennesaw.
Okay.
And I run everything through ChatGPT. Like, here's all my tracking history. What is the best course of action?
Oh, love it.
And they said to file a missing package report.
Okay.
So I filed that missing package report maybe the next day, which is August 6th. August 9th, I've still heard nothing. And again, I'm checking this every day.
Right, that kind of thing is so frustrating.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this jacket's so important to Gwen. Like, she went to Brazil, bought
just
this,
get
and
it
I'm
back.
just like, we need this back. I drive to the Kennesaw post office.
Because you filled out the missing thing, and
I never heard anything.
No one's ever contacted you.
I never heard
anything.
anything.
Well, then I'm going to Kennesaw.
And I was like, I'm going to Kennesaw, which is a 30-minute drive.
Oh my gosh, yeah, none of us knew that this was happening.
No, I know!
You're like, I gotta save this.
I know. Oh, I was saving it. My mom knew because I was calling her every day.
Oh,
I'm like,
sure. Aggravation.
I'm getting so annoyed.
Yeah.
So I get to the Kennesaw post office, and the woman's like, yeah, it's not here. And I showed her my tracking.
I was about to say, were you pulling up the tracking?
And I'm like, well, it says this is the last location.
Yeah.
Also, the package was in a turquoise padded envelope. So I'm
it's
like,
not,
it's pretty obvious.
Right.
Like, it's not like all these beige packages.
Right.
Like, I feel like you could go back and at least look.
Right.
I
Go
feel
back
like
and back.
Pretend.
Right.
Can you just help me out?
Just, right. Pretend you went back there and you looked around. Sorry,
And you're
ma'am,
like,
we don't have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she actually comes
Pretend.
back and she shows me an image of a package that's been scanned. She's like, is this your package? And I said, no. She goes, well, this has your tracking number and someone else's tracking number.
Okay.
So now I'm thinking, oh, my tracking sticker fell off. They didn't know where to put it. Or it got transposed. You know, like if
Yes.
you don't know how it is.
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm like, this package is really, truly lost.
Now it is truly lost.
Now it's lost. And now I have to tell Gwen. So I text Gwen and I said, hey.
She knows every day that you've been doing this.
She doesn't know I've been checking every day.
Okay.
Because I didn't want her
You don't
to
want to stress
worry.
her out.
Yeah.
But also you're like, oh, I need her to know that this is really stressful.
Yeah, now at this point I'm like, now we need to fess up.
Right.
So I just said, hey, it seems like your package still hasn't been delivered. And I said, we may need to look into replacing that jacket. So tell me all the details. She's like, oh, I hope it's not lost, but here are the details. So I go to Google it on like Poshmark
Sure,
and these
all
places,
those
right? And
places,
it's probably, I couldn't even find the exact jacket, but that brand, the jackets were like over $200.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, okay,
Okay.
I really don't want to do this.
Right, yeah.
And as I'm driving, I'm thinking like, let me just verify for a minute that she checked her mailbox.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No.
Because I'm thinking, okay, Amazon and UPS come to the door.
Right.
But USPS goes to the mailbox. So I text her, hey, by chance, have you checked your mailbox? Her response was, I'll check when I get home. Okay, great.
Okay.
So she texts me when she gets home. She's like, my mailbox key doesn't work, so I need to wait for my roommate. Okay, do you know what this means?
That she just not checked her mail the whole time?
Ever.
Oh, gosh. Amanda, were you like, okay, well, I can't with you. I'm going to need to get off the phone right now before I start saying choice words.
Well, this was all a text.
Oh, okay.
Thank goodness. Because I am trying to be chill.
Oh, my gosh.
So now I'm like, there's still hope.
True.
There's
yes,
still
great
hope.
point. But the fact that I think I would have just died with my mailbox key doesn't work. What do you mean your mailbox key doesn't work? So then you've never checked your mail?
From April.
Oh,
she moved in April.
And it's now
And it is August.
It's August.
And she has not once ever checked the mailbox.
Okay. So
roommate gets home and they go to the mailbox. Package is there.
No way.
Yes!
Oh my gosh. Who knows? It could have
been there the whole time.
I was just about to say, it probably got there like when it was supposed to.
The whole time.
Yeah, and so if she's looking for it the whole time, like, she thinks it's going to be dropped off at her door.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's used to, this age, even we're used to things like, deliver this at my door.
So, yes, of course, she would think that her package from the USPS would come to her door.
Right.
And so, lesson learned. Adulting is hard.
Yes.
We need to check our mailboxes.
Yes.
We need to push the GFCI.
Right.
And we need to read the dorm policies for our colleges.
Absolutely. All great life lessons.